What's up? I'm Hugz. That's Sam. Welcome to Hugz and Sam. Today we're getting into Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 3, Episode 5. Last we left off, Iroh getting super buff.
Yes.
Pumping them irons. And
Iroh pumping iron.
Yeah.
And he's like stuffing his little outfit full of like stuff that way he can make himself look bigger.
Looking like a before and after pic.
Yeah.
Looking like a full slap. But anyway, Stella's like, what? But yeah, he's looking super buff, looking like Ultimate He-Man in there. Assume he's gonna have some sort of prison break or something.
Yeah.
He's got everybody thinking he's gone crazy.
Yeah, which is perfect. I love that story so much.
And he plays into it so well. I mean, he's playing 3 steps ahead of these people all the time, and the guards come in and just belittle him, and little did they know he's in there sharpening his body as a weapon the whole time. Yeah. Freaking doing one-arm pull-ups on the freaking top of the cage while eating. That was crazy. Freaking eating. He's just been eating, man. Y'all don't even know.
Yeah. Getting his gains.
That's right. Also, we had Sokka get his meteor sword, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, which was so cool, yeah.
It looks kind of cool because it's got the black blade. And I thought it was interesting how they folded in. Stella is asleep, and it's the cutest thing ever. How they folded in the whole thing of the Master Swordsman knowing that he was in the Water Tribe all along, even though Sokka tried to do the right thing and be like, hey, I just want to be honest with you. I'm not who you think I am. That was cool. We had a moment there where he also knew that Aang was the Avatar, which whatever. And I like that he talked about how becoming a swordsman is like beyond the nations. Yeah. Because a lot of times we see things fall into these categories. They're like segregated by the different nations.
Especially the Fire Nation. Like they always are like Fire Nation.
The only other time we've really seen bleed over with the Fire Nation was with the Dai Li.
Yes.
Kind of, you know,
the
Earth Kingdom. But it's never been like that, like an open, you know, I can train you or we can be allied. He said he couldn't help him anymore, like he couldn't go with him or whatever on his journey or go, you know, more in depth with him.
Right.
But it's just the fact that he respects everybody individually as opposed to, you know, what they're assigned as. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
But anyway, we also have Zuko out there somewhere with this dude, or that dude somewhere. Yeah, the third eye guy, who looked like a straight mercenary or something. He looked like a Mortal Kombat character or something he's going to destroy. Yeah. But we haven't seen him since then.
Laser.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that was like from the first or second episode. It's been a little while, and we've seen or heard nothing of him. So I'm wondering what's going on with that. We had the White Lotus tile that was given to them. Wondering what's going to happen with that, because that again connects them to Iroh. So there's just a lot of things happening. We're in the final season, so things can only get crazier from here. We know the comet eventually is going to be coming, like the whole thing.
Yeah, I wonder what day of like the year it is right now.
I don't know.
Like what month is it and stuff?
I don't know. But they're going to get some sort of eclipse or whatever during that moment, and then there's going to be like a huge thing.
Yeah. Some shit's gonna go down.
Shit's going down. Speaking of, let's go ahead and jump into it, see what's going down.
Why did they do that? Just because they were beaten?
Because the dudes were rude to them. Like, kicked Zuko out of the party, and they treated Azula poorly, and like, it was just their way of coming back as a group.
Azula was being a weirdo. Like,
Azula was just trying to be normal. Like, realistically, it came off
that guy had every right to be like, I'm gonna go.
Well, I'm saying it came off really cringy. It is what it is. But she was just trying to be normal. And we're not even talking about just at the party. We're talking about before the party when they weren't even going to invite them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true.
You know what I mean?
And
like,
then them calling Zuko, like, what'd they say? A loser?
Loser boy?
Yeah, that was mean.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't know about going in and destroying everything in their house, but like, they had a little bit coming. But you got to take what a normal person would do and then put Azula's crazy into it.
Yeah, well, all of there, because freaking Zuko.
Yeah, but Azula's the crazy one. The rest of them, like, somewhat can be contained into normal society.
Yeah. So what does this episode mean? Like, I feel like there was some breakthroughs here with like their relationships. Azula still definitely is like, I think, evil and she doesn't care. But I kind of felt like the rest were kind of pulling away from her.
Well, I mean, from the get, Ty Lee didn't want anything to do with her.
I know.
And Zuko's never really wanted anything to do with her. May just kind of seemed like there.
Yeah.
You know, nothing better to do. She's just bored.
Yeah.
You know, like...
But she liked what Zuko said about, like, you know, about how he was mad at himself. And that's, like, what made her come over there and be like, oh,
yeah, but that really didn't pull her away from Azula.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this episode can, like, show us that maybe they'll turn against her at some point. Because she was kind of like an outcast.
See, I think if anything, it would show that it's not her they would turn against, but more that she would come to their side.
Yeah.
Like...
See, that could happen too.
That's what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, it's not her that Aang's fighting. He's going after the Fire Lord.
I guess what I'm saying is it showed me that the three were, like, Zuko, May, and Ty Lee were kind of, like, able to not be, like, bad.
Yeah.
Like, all of them.
But we've always kind of known that.
Yeah, but, like, it
except
showed me that more.
Swapped again. Yeah, but Zuko straight out was, like,
I'm
good.
still, like, really not happy with that whole, like, back and forth stuff. Like, it's really, like, I mean, I get it. Like, you know.
Well, and he even explained right there. He thought this was going to give him what he's always wanted, and now he still isn't happy. See, here's the thing.
There's just so much back and forth.
It gave us a lot of character progression on all the different characters. Mm-hmm. Ty Lee, we kind of knew she did this circus thing. We knew she was like this cute, like kind of ditzy character, but she didn't have a lot of depth.
Yeah, we didn't know why.
This tells us, like, this is what her family life was like. This is why she acts the way she acts. This is why, you know, we should care about who she is. Mm-hmm. You know, it gave us a lot of depth to her character. Zuko was just outwardly saying the things we already knew that he was fighting with inside because we could just feel how he was reacting emotionally. Mm-hmm. And then I even said he's angry at himself. And then, like, he did the reveal. And it's like, May...
And then even May, like, we found out, like, you know, like, because that whole, like, only child, get whatever you want if you're good, so contain all of your feelings, never do anything that you're not supposed to do. Like that weighs heavy on... That weighs, like, so heavy on somebody, you know?
Who does that remind you of? What character from another show? Can you think of any?
Weiss?
I was going to say, one of your favorite characters from one of your favorite shows.
Yeah.
So, because there's a point in the show where Weiss is very well off, her family's very rich and well known, and she has a conversation much like this, you know, at one point with a character. And it's like... and I'm having the same revelation now that I did then of, like, you don't really see it that way.
Yeah.
You don't really like, see the struggle
rich. You've
because...
gotten everything that you've always wanted, but it's like, yeah, but I haven't had, like, a loving family or, you know.
Exactly. But if anything, I see this as all four of them bonding. Especially the fact that, and this is why I'm kind of getting away from where you're saying, like, that they would go against her. Because even at the end of all that, all four of them went and, like, took over the house party. Like, it showed them as a unit more than ever before. Yeah. But it also showed there's more depth to them than we want to destroy everything. We want to be terrible. It shows you being perfect for her is also, for Azula, is also a burden.
Yeah.
And she does deep down have that little smirk
whenever he said, and now he talks to me, and I thought that this is, and he's happy with me, and he actually talks to me, and she smirked.
Because she knew she's the reason that happened by lying about...
But she knows that the Avatar's still alive and that it's going to backfire.
She assumes, yeah, for sure.
I feel like that smirk says it all. Like, she's dirty, and she's always going to be dirty.
I definitely believe that she's got something wrong. Like, she's just not normal in that way.
Yeah.
But I just feel like this showed them as kids. It was a bonding moment between everybody. Like, if anything, I would say them as a unit would come to realize or understand things more than go against her.
Yeah.
That's just my thought. You can have a different opinion. You can feel something different. That's what I see, if anything, is like them as a unit. They're not as evil as the Fire Nation is portrayed, and it shows us like more, like I said, more depth of character.
I get what you're saying. I just don't see Azula's ever being able to be good.
And I've struggled with that for most of the show. I really have. And there wasn't anything that really redeemed her in this episode, other than the fact of like, I feel like your friends can redeem you. I feel like the people you associate yourself with can influence you.
There was like that time where she's like, I'm just kidding, you're not really like that. You know, she like felt bad what she said to Ty Lee. It's like, man, she like actually apologized for something that she said. And so like there was that, and then the fact that she actually was trying to be normal, trying to pick up a guy, but it was just for evil reasons. Like she was trying to pick up a guy for an evil reason, and that's to become the most powerful couple.
Well, I wouldn't say it's an evil. I'm not. See, now I'll disagree with that. Like I like she was trying to be normal, but that's just like people can't hide their crazy sometimes. There's always that thing about like when you're dating someone, they can only hide their crazy for so long.
Yeah.
She just can't hide her crazy. Like that's not necessarily an evil thing. That's just like, imagine
it's
if
just, why did she
every
even
day,
want to go to that party with all those guys?
because she wants to be normal. She's never been treated as normal.
I don't know. It was just like the way she, like the faces she made and stuff whenever she was like, we got invited to this party. Like it was just kind of like she had like some type of motive.
I think she even talked about how she wanted to see what it would be like.
I don't trust a word she says. She might be talking.
I do,
but I don't trust that it's real. Like that's the real reasons.
I think also she was hurt by the fact that that dude reacted the way he did. But like, it's one of those things of like you're put in that position of like you are essentially the heir to the throne, not Zuko, because Zuko was ousted or whatever. She's always been perfection. She can do things other people can't do. So it's probably also driven in her to like have a husband and a family that will secure the next generation of great fire lords or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so when she goes and talks to a guy, she's like, we will be the most powerful. You know, it's more of like, I don't see this as an evil thing. It is super crazy.
I just feel like she has like She's got some issues, yeah.
She definitely has some issues. But let us know what you thought in the comment section down below. Like it if you did. Sub if you don't already. Shout out to our patrons watching the full and early reactions up on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. You really don't know how much it means. It means the world. We'll be back with more videos soon. We love you guys. Bye.